This video was sponsored by Enhance, Elbilmek, ABRP Planner, Kempower and Bilkomponenter.
Yo, what's up? We are now at supercharger Gardermoen and I'm trying to charge this Hongqi E-HS7. I had a slight problem charging it at home. That's strange. I thought I charged it up to 100%. And also the other day when I tried to start charging, it claimed, or at least easy claimed that nothing was plugged in. I was like, huh? I had to go in the garage and then unplug it and plug it in again. But whatever. I was gonna do 1,000 kilometer challenge. And then I had 93% battery, so, huh? And this is 111 kilowatt hour battery, so it takes a while. So I thought I was gonna go to a supercharger. I went to a supercharger at Remen, V4 supercharger, it didn't work. Came over here, seems like it didn't work. I'm gonna try V3 supercharger. If it doesn't work, then at least we know during the challenge that we need to avoid supercharger. This car can charge at over 250 kilowatts. Okay, it failed. Yeah, it failed charging. Okay, let's try V3 supercharger then. Okay, I heard some click click. Not sure if the charger reacts though. It's trying to do the handshake. There is a slight chance it doesn't work with supercharger, unfortunately, because this car is 400 volt. But fortunately the voltage is fairly high, probably over 410, 20. We might have to go for Ioniq, but that's only 500 amp, or maybe truck chargers. That's the way to go. Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone has succeeded to charge on supercharger. Doesn't seem to work here either. Shit. Yeah, there's nothing going on in the screen there. Nothing here either. And then I thought, okay, you know, some of the Chinese cars require you to lock the car, but that's for AC charging. So okay, there's a slight chance. Maybe I need to lock the car here for DC charging. But that doesn't seem to help either. Now we're at Kempower. It's lighting red. I thought, okay, maybe the charge point is locked. Well, apparently not, because we're not charging. Or are we charging? Not sure, but when I go to the car, there is an error here. Cannot be charged, discharge, repair needed. What the heck is this shit? I'm just trying to start the challenge. It's actually good that I encountered these problems now and not in the middle of nowhere in Sweden, where that's the only option to charge. Hallelujah, it's working. I had to hold the heavy plug up for a freaking long time. Seems like this car is quite slow at responding to handshake. The handshake took forever. The great news is that we're charging at 65 kilowatt. Let me check voltage. This is what I want to know. Okay. Is it really 475 volts? Damn! That means that the charging voltage at higher power is even higher. I can expect maybe almost 490. Wait. In my head, 500 amps should be enough. Like Ioniq. Okay, I need to calculate eventually, but we could try Ioniq maybe, or if not, we can try some truck chargers. But it seems like we should be good. So we just have to charge 100%, and then we start the challenge. And this is a real challenge, man. Well, we're almost good to go. But this screen here is literally useless. We have 97%, okay, range 9 minutes remaining, but here we can see more. Why didn't they put more of that stuff over here though? It's a big mystery. But here we can see actually voltage, current, power, and then how many kilometers per hour. Yeah, but I noticed, okay, a little blunder for me. When I claim that, yeah, you might get almost 500 volt when we are charging, no. Not at 10% whatever we're gonna arrive with. So then the voltage might be only around 420, 30. So I must then go for 600 amp chargers. So Ioniq is not gonna cut it. Well, actually some Ioniq, yes, I forgot. Some Ioniq with a 600 amp plugs, then it will also work. Otherwise we have to go for some truck chargers at Circle K and the Nima chargers in Sweden. And then if you go here, navigation, it doesn't tell me how many percent I will arrive with. Okay, I navigated towards Spekkerød, so let's see if we can make it there. It's a big battery, right? But it might be thirsty. Okay, more strange things. the car claimed that it would take 5 more minutes to charge, and we were at 98%. Suddenly it finished charging to 100%, and then the Kempower report is 99%. Okay, we're gonna start now right before 10, but I'll show you here. We have a proper trip meter here since starting, okay? And then we have since charging, and then after reset. I'm gonna long press this. This is with the 1,000 kilometer distance before corrections. All right, let's get ready, and then off we go. I think I'll start at 56 then, 2156. Holy shit balls. The software here is a freaking disaster. Where do I start? First we have the haptic shit here. Many times it doesn't register my clicks. Dude, I'm trying to change speed here. How hard do I have to punish this? You have to push it like an old man, but I'm getting old and grumpy and I still cannot activate. There. Okay, next problem. When you want to change the speed, you can do this, and you have to press and hold to decrease it by 1, but then you press and hold for about 2 seconds, then it jumps up, and then by the time it jumps up, you want to try, let's say you want to hit 123, for example. No, or 122. Let me see. No, too much. Okay, down. No, wait, no, shit. Oh, for helvete. What the heck, man? It's hugging the right side. You can see it there in the mirror. It goes way too much to the right, whereas left side has plenty of space. The worst part is when you activate it. Okay, to deactivate it, you have to press. Okay, now it's deactivated, and then you activate it again, and you have to press a couple of times before you can successfully activate it. There. And then it will often do a weird dance. Oh, okay, of course, now that I want to demonstrate, then it doesn't do it. But it tends to just go all over the place. Let me see, a merge coming. How will it handle that? It does it fairly well, that's good. Whoa. No, and then, shit, okay. Yeah, it happened several times, but I just couldn't catch it on camera. Now the auto steer is off, and now it's on again. No. What the heck? What are you doing? No. Go. No. Stay in the lane. Come on, now deactivated. I have to press it again to activate it. Come on. Anytime now. There. Yes, it's active. And then if you just happen to press this button here, which is to stop, to disable everything. Okay, let me see. Now it doesn't work. Or maybe because we have to do this first, or I'm not sure, maybe you could brake then. And then if I press this button, I think it's disabled now. But if I press this button again, yeah, now you can see on the head-up display, it's quite blank. It doesn't have any of the cruise control thing. But what happens now is that you cannot re-enable cruise control, and the only way to enable it again is to go here in the car, ADAS. Wait. Also, the display here doesn't react on my. So I have to, like an old man. And then you scroll up here, and then you see that. Not sure if you can see it that easily, but cruise assist has now been closed. So you have to enable the advanced cruise again. There. And now you can go back to using cruise control. So whatever you do, there. Don't press this button. No. For helvete. Okay, what's the consumption? 274 watt-hour per kilometer. Okay, not too bad. But you cannot see outside temperature here. Here, no. Here, no. But there is a weather app you can use though. That will be not actual temperature outside. Let me just there, okay. but at least you get an idea of what the temperature outside is. And also HVAC has been set to 26 degrees Celsius, because if you set it lower, like 21 or 22 degrees Celsius, it's going to be freezing cold in here. It is like this car is doing everything like a typical Chinese car will do when it comes to software. Well, I couldn't catch it on camera, but suddenly the car just phantom brake, and it happens all the time without any obstacle. No. Freaking auto steer, man, tried to kill me. Okay. I will not say anything bad about the car. It's listening, it's sending data to China. I've been marked for deletion. Okay. Shit. Okay, I cannot use auto steer because every time I try to activate auto steer, this happens. Okay, we will just drive manually then. At least I have adaptive cruise control. No, hey, stop it. Shit, man. We are now at Svinesundbroen. Yeah, this is the border between Norway and Sweden. Normally it takes 1 hour and 19 minutes to get here. This is also another weird thing. If I bring up the trip meter, it stays up for a couple of seconds and then it goes away again. Why can't you just stay there? Because there's nothing on the screen anyway, right? Okay, whatever. We spent 1 hour and 26 minutes, so we should correct for a whopping 7 minutes, but actually the delays were not 7 minutes long. They were more like 3 or 4 minutes long, so that's what I'm going to write down as notes. The rest of the delay is actually caused by the car. Wait, I don't know if you can see it. There's a little box where the head-up display area is. I guess because this car doesn't use OLED. If there is a place where you want to use OLED, it is on the head-up display, because at night you get this box and then I have to turn down the brightness. But okay, the problem is that when we cruise at 130 on the speedo, it is 124 GPS speed. Most other cars, when you cruise at 130, it will be 127 or 128. So in order to go faster, you can just tap this button up here. No, freaking auto steers all over the place, man. It's trying to kill me. But no, you cannot go faster than 130 on the tempomat. And there is no dumb cruise control. So either I drive manually, then I can go faster, or I use cruise control. So I'm just going to use cruise control. I'm not going to drive manually for 10 hours, you know? Okay, this is interesting. I don't know if you can see it. I adjusted the brightness to the lowest setting. Wait, let me see. Come on, can you show me there again? Brightness is at the lowest. Okay, I'm done adjusting. But there's still a slight box on the head-up display. Kind of hard to show on the camera, but I can see it. Nowadays, plenty of cars I test that have head-up display, and at night they don't have that box. But this car, I don't know what's up with this. Maybe it uses a screen with poor contrast rate between the black and the white, or I don't know, maybe the white shines through it easily. Well, we're down to 49%, and then based on the consumption multiplied by the distance, it seems like we have almost 103 kilowatt hour net capacity. So that's what I also checked on the spec. Yeah, 111 gross and then 103 net capacity. So that's pretty good then. Range-wise, see, we are down to half battery, and we've done 180 kilometers, and we should be able to go maybe at least 150, 130 kilometers more. And then we are, well, you can see here, I'm using Google Maps, so we are 111 kilometers away from Spekkerød, so oh, maybe we can make it to Kongarv then. We are now at Kongarv. We have driven 310 kilometers. And we still have 10% battery left. Wow, the range here is amazing. So we're gonna turn around here. First I thought about, oh, maybe we can get to Spectre. No, we can go past it. Oh, maybe we can charge the Kungar. No, we can go past it. We can go back to Spectre. How about that? All right, I think it's time to say we are now at Spectre. Okay, we made it here with 3% left. Wow, what a beast from the east. Yeah. But this car can supposedly maintain 250 kilowatt flat until 50%. So you're gonna see, okay, it's ramping up. And also I chose these chargers because they have 600 amp cables, whereas Ionity, unfortunately, they are only 500 amp. Eventually, Ionity will come out with 600 kilowatt chargers. They'll be probably very beefy. Oh yeah, and also there are some truck chargers over there, but in the app they are shown as unavailable. And then when I drove past it, the screen was dark, black. Yeah, let's see. Look at that. Okay, it is kind of slow to ramp up. Needs over a minute to ramp up. Faster cars, they usually ramp up within just 5 to 10 seconds. Yeah, so you see actually the average here is quite low because of the slow ramp up. But let me see. Wait. Do we get only 492 amps? I thought this was 600 amp. Oh, maybe they are not. Hey. Okay, that's a bummer. We get only 200 kilowatt. Man, I was betting everything here. What the heck do we do now? We had to get 600 amp truck charger somewhere. Okay, maybe I'll top up just enough to get to a truck charger, and then that will be better, right? But then, wait, we don't want too many charging stops either, but I feel like we're losing time here. Okay, when I see here, these are only 500 amp. Maybe, you know, the new Ionity hyperchargers, they are supposed to 600 amp. The problem is that I can't find them around here. Yeah, so this is a slight problem with the 400 volt car that can take 250 kilowatt, is that, well, we need supercharger, but it doesn't work with supercharger. All right, so I need to figure out what to do. Come on. Yeah, okay, it's just flat 200 kilowatt now. But it's also strange why it's not going at 500 amp here. We've been charging for almost 10 minutes. This is too slow. I'm not sure where the limitation is, but we're gonna stop now and go further north to Hongqi, where there's a truck charger. So hopefully we get 600 amp over there. Okay, let's go. Stop. We're getting close to Hongqi, and man, I just noticed something else here, which I'm struggling with. Okay, head-up display is fairly large and easy to read, so that's good. Instrument cluster here is not that big, but at least it's okay size. However, over here at the navigation, I'm trying to see what is the distance left to destination. Well, it is there. And try to read that at night when you are in motion with some bumps, and it'll be like here-ish. Like, how much is that? 6.9 kilometers left. Oh, okay. Well, they could have made the font a little bit bigger maybe, but then the screen is not that big, so they had to make a compromise, I guess. No, shit. Again. We are now at Hongqi charging. Sorry for my voice. I'm recovering from a man flu. Yeah, anyway, let me see. How is it gonna be this time? Huh? What? Still? What? How can we get 250 kilowatt? It seems like 486 amp over there is maximum. Wait, huh? Can we not get more than... Let me see here. This is also 500 amp. Man, we have to get maybe the Ioniq chargers. Yeah, I believe those are 600 amps. But at least this time it ramped up really quick. Oh, maybe it's because last time I was at 3%. So then it needs to ramp up slow because that's, you know, how Chinese cars work, many of them. But now what the heck do I do? I guess I shouldn't stop too often. So I'll probably just camp here until 75%, right? So not much to do over here. Just wait for the charging to finish. I brought some food because I was expecting that I might stop at some deserted area with nothing open at night. So yeah, I saw also that those were kaput. Yeah. So now we wait. Wait a minute. I wonder if, what is this car throttling it? Or is it the cable throttling it? It dropped, but then it went up again. This is strange. It's supposed to be flat 250 kilowatt until 50%. So I'm actually not sure what the heck is going on. But I noticed something else strange here. If you go to navigation, and then I want to navigate to Ioniq Dawn, right? Ioniq. Wait, let me spell. Ioniq. Okay. And then space. And then. What the heck is this? There's some Chinese stuff coming up here. What? English. Wait, what? No. Okay, Dawn. There. Oh, there's something there. Wait. Open there. There, okay, good. 350 kilowatt. Well, I guess that will do. Because there are some truck chargers over there also that will give me 600 amps. Okay, let me see. It says unreachable. Okay, 249 kilometers away. Well, in general, what we can do is we can take or 1% should give me 3 kilometers, possibly a little bit more than 3 kilometers. So then, okay, then it disappeared. So if I go for around 80%, then I should be able to go there, right? Maybe even 75%. But is it worth it though? Check here, how is it charging now? Wait, is this charger throttle or car throttling? It's supposed to charge faster than this. And then it jumps up again. Wait, maybe we should go to Ioniq with the liquid cooled cables just to see what kind of speed we actually get then. Okay, it should be good to go, but what? Is it cold gating? No. Look at this weird charging curve. It looks like Rocky Mountains. Okay. Well, let's go then. Oh yeah, hammering it. Show the interior. Looks like a freaking spaceship in here. We have lots of ambient lights. Yeah. Also in the footwell, and also here in the center console. Also under there, the bridge design. Looks nice. We are now at Ioniq. Oh man, I'm so angry. Okay, no, just the green light there. But let's see. Now we have liquid cool cable. These cables, they vibrate and they can sustain 500 amp continuous load. Okay, still 200 kilowatts. I wonder why I don't get 500 amp. Okay, well, let's see if we can at least get flat 200 kilowatt until 50-60% then. Look here. Okay, red flag, but here. Wait, something appeared there. Wait. What happened to it? Dude, come back. There. Look at that. Wait, come on. Come on. You're supposed to unlock for me. What was I supposed to do again? Don't remember. Come on. This time we seem to get flat 200 kilowatt without any weird drops. So I believe that it was the cable that throttled it. Went to the restroom, came back, and guess what? We are still going at flat 200 kilowatt. Yeah, so remember to ABC. Always blame cable. Wait, what the heck do we do now? Do we try 600 amp cables? I think there are timer on them, or maybe temp sensor, so that it throttles if it gets a bit too hot, and then it kind of unthrottles, and that's why it jumped up and down. But here, we feel it. Yeah, it is warm-ish, but it probably allows 500 continuous, right? But the other, once it throttles, the dry cable, it might drop to only 375 or 400, and then that's why it went up and down. So maybe I just stick with this, but I think I want to try a 600 amp dry cable at Ioniq, and then we decide what we do for the rest of the challenge. But man, 15 minutes from, well, it was 13% though, to 55%. I guess that's okay, but look at that. Nice and flat 200 kilowatt hour per hour. Well, since I have time, I can ABC, always be cleaning. Let's get a nice picture of the camera here. Look at that, at 62% still. Okay, it just throttled now. That was the flattest curve I've ever seen, man. 200 kilowatt until 63%. Wow. And this is just 400 volt architecture even. But what the heck, man? How do I get inside the car? There. Man, it didn't, wait, huh? Did he mess up the cooling when I opened the door? I hope not. I have to figure out how many percent I need to charge to. But based on a flat curve like this, then I might go for around 70% actually. Well, look at this. It's 3:30, so I might go past Jessheim and actually drive a little bit extra before I go home. But I thought, okay, I might charge to 70%, but look at this speed, man. Even at 68%, you're taking 194 kilowatt. This is, okay, then a little bit up and down. But this is not LFP battery, it's NMC. No, yeah, I think it was NMC or something, but it's cell to pack CATL. Yeah, it's called cell to pack 3.0 or something. Wow, really impressive charging speed. Okay, it might not have that high peak power. Still wonder why it didn't get 250 kilowatt, but at least it's nice and flat. And as long as you have the liquid cooled cables like Ioniq, then you get full speed, or I mean consistent speed. And I can show you that during this challenge I have enabled the in-route heating, cooling, and of course navigated to every charger, so the battery should have been preconditioned. Wow, look at this. Holy macaroni. It felt the brakes a lot now. Seems like it's worse when it's raining. Look at that. Okay. Oh, go. It's clear. It's clear. Go. Now I'm not interrupting or try. What the heck, man? Can you just go? No? What are you supposed to do? Is you just gonna wait until the rain stops? It's clear now. Come on, go. Man, it's 5 in the morning. I'm getting sleepy, so I took an extra loop. Now I'm gonna go to Jessheim. So, well, to be exact, 4 minutes past 5. Okay, we exit here. with 32% battery, and then the stats 800. Okay, this doesn't matter. I know the distance to home. Let me see. And then we have to check this part here since starting or since charging. We can just log all this once we're home anyway. We are back home, so this is going to be the break now. Yeah, a little bit past 5. I've logged all the data. Now I'm charging up briefly. Just to correct for the extra distance, it's actually around 2.5 kilometers extra, and I measured that this car underreports by around 0.2% only, so it's Chinese precision. That means that by the time we resume, we can count to 1,000 kilometers. But it's kind of silly that now that we are charging, then when I press this button to check the trip meter, it doesn't show up because the charging screen now is a blocker. It cannot show anything else. Well, okay, whatever. So yeah, just topping up, and now we take a break. It's now almost 10 in the morning. We shuttle the kids over to kindergarten, and I'm ready to start soon. I'm just topping up a bit, and also I turn on the floor heater, even though it's kind of slow. Yeah, I had the heater here also running, PDC heater, just to keep the heat in the battery. So wait, wow, it is really bright. I think it's supposed to work now, right? This is a big mystery why it doesn't work. Wait. I think I know why. Maybe it doesn't work when you're plugged in, or are you supposed to kick like this? Or no, you're supposed to just keep it there. I got it working when I didn't film. Okay, we resume at 9:48. I will keep track of everything and calculate the brake. And then now we're gonna go to Ioniq, and that's the plan. And maybe try some 600 amp chargers. What the heck? The in-route heating cooling was switched off. Huh? Just like the BYD C-Line 7. Every time you leave the car and come back, it will switch it off, so you have to switch it on again. Why? We are now at Ioniq, and I know that this charger should deliver 600 amp, even though they look the same as the other we have used last night, right? But I believe that here, well, I'm actually not sure. Can you see the info plate? It's kind of hard to read it. But when I plugged in here with the Seeker 7X, I did get 400 kilowatt. I just don't remember how many amps I was getting. So actually now I'm not sure. But okay, the problem is that they might have changed the charging curve, because we can only get 200 kilowatt no matter what we do. No matter what charger we try, we get, what, can you see anything here? We get 200 kilowatt flat. But I wonder, wait, okay, that's the average, yeah. I wonder if it's gonna throttle like the other Alpitronics we tried last night, or it will stay flat. I need to stand by here, because if it throttles, then we want to move over to those chargers, because that's liquid cooled cables, and it should be flat 500 or whatever it requires. Well, we're at 28%. It hasn't throttled yet, huh? You see that? Flat like Kansas. Even after, how long was it again? The time is 7 minutes. All right, okay, let's wait a little bit more. Okay, I went to Coop, went to the restroom, grabbed some grapes, and now we're at 141 kilowatt. Wait, let's check the charging curve. Whoa, okay, wait, can you see anything there? It seems like we get the same cable throttling, whatever, like we got with the other Alpitronics, right? With the dry cables, because if I feel it here, it's not vibrating, unlike those chargers. So it means that we should have used the other charger to get maximum speed. Right now, I'm not sure if it's throttle because of the car, but most likely not. It wasn't like this when we used the 350 kilowatt with liquid cooled cable. So it just goes up and down, probably because the cable throttles, and then it senses that, okay, it's okay now, we can go a little bit higher, but then it goes higher, and then the cable heats up again. So that's why we get this zigzag here. So yeah, if I knew this, I would probably have gone for those charges. I mean, I'm learning as I go now. Yeah. Of course, if I would redo this test, I would only use the liquid cooled cables, and then I was basing on information I found online about charging curve, and at least there it claimed 250 kilowatt flat, but it seems like they must have nerfed the speed. It's flat at 200 now. And also, if it was a current limit, it would not cap at 200. You guys saw that. It would have gone higher, you know, and then a little bit lower. So this is most likely a software cap. And I was looking at something there. Helsike. And this is most likely the cable limitation. So I guess I'm not gonna bother moving the car. I will just deduct a couple of minutes for this. All right, 75% good to go. But before we start, we have to disable intelligent speed limit. There is no shortcut here. Driver attention warning. Go down a bit. What the heck was FCW? Well, maybe also this. Yes. LQA. That's not lane assist, by the way, but it's kind of useless anyway. Lane assist. ELK. Emergency lane keep. Okay. All right. Now we're good. Let's go. But yeah, this car has 4-wheel steering. It can turn really well. It's just insane how well it turns. Okay, anyway, whoa, all these rocks, man, they're really dangerous around here if you're not aware where they are. Okay, let's hammer it. Last run. Okay, you see here. This time we actually count to 1,000. And then when it comes to time, we take the current time minus 3 hours and 5 minutes. So we are almost at the 8-hour mark, and we have done, what was it again? Okay, almost 800 kilometers. Ooh. Can we do this within 10 hours? According to my initial calculation, based on 250 kilowatts, we're supposed to do this in around 9.5 or 9:30, 9:40, 9.5 something. But now, I don't know. You know, based on the video so far, you might get the impression that this car is useless. What I would say is useless, there are some great things about this car. For example, the music, I paused it long time ago, and it stays paused until I unpause it. Great! And also, the air suspension here that now has a CDC, you can tune it if you want it stiffer or softer, and it's like a seamless bar. Wow! And the car feels quite spacious. It's almost 5 meters long. It doesn't compete against the Model Y or maybe the ID4, you know, something bigger, maybe like a Q6. And the price here is only 600K. It's on, they call it Companion, on sale right now. So for 600K, you get 111 kilowatt hour, the same as a Polestar 3 or Volvo EX90, you know. And because we have a big battery, we actually charge, well, pretty fast, but also we have good range. And of course you have the convenient features like massage and ventilation, but also perfume. And the soundproofing seems to be okay, but I have winter tires on right now, so I'm not sure. It sounds at least pleasant to drive. It's not annoying, you know. But okay, there are some annoyances when it comes to the software, and also, yeah, like this thing here. Oh. When to change speed, it doesn't react on the cruise control that easily. And also here, the same on the other side, on the steering wheel, to change volume, many times it doesn't react. I don't know what's up with this haptic stuff here. It's super annoying. But I feel like the software part here is the weakest part. The slowdown past the trucks, but it doesn't only happen with trucks. It actually happens with other cars also that I don't expect. So I tend to, if I'm paying attention, I will actually push the throttle around 20%, and that will force it to not slow down. But once, if I'm not paying attention and it starts slowing down, then it goes into this slowdown sequence, and even if I floor the throttle, nothing happens for about 1 second until I gain control again. And also some of the other things here, you know, could be improved in the software part. But then when it comes to the screen here, it's not that big. You know, I might sound like a Chinese car hater, but recently I tested the Seeker 7X, which is also Chinese, and it was wonderful. It's just big screen, great user interface, great user experience. They have organized the screen so it has lots of customizable hotkeys, and because it's big, you can have nice menus where stuff is better organized and easier to navigate through, right? And also packed with features, and it charges twice as fast as this car. So, like Seeker, man, great car, but here the Hongqi is cheaper, and it still has actually a bigger battery than the Seeker. And then this Hongqi goes like a rocket, especially if you put it in sport mode. I haven't done it this trip, I just used the normal mode. So, you know, in value for money, I think this Hongqi is good value for money. Just have to test everything and then hope that the software will be fixed. Okay, almost done, but one last Baustelle. Yeah, probably need to correct for 1 minute here also. Okay, let's do the countdown. 9992, 9993, no, 9994, 9995, 9996, no, 997, 998, 9999, 1000 time, 1253. Oh, that becomes 9 hours and 47 minutes. And we can round it down to 9:45. Wow. Okay, and then check here. Consumption was 297 on this leg. Oh, sorry. It's a bit all over the place. It is what it is. A thirsty beast from the east. We are now at Ioniq. I figured out that I might as well do the charging test here, since the battery is nice and warm, and that means less testing and stuff tomorrow. And tomorrow will be the last day with this car before I return it. But yeah, you know, it turns out that it seems like the liquid cool cables at Ioniq are the best. I wonder if Hongqi they lower the power so it will fit better with Europe, because all across Europe, most of the places, it's 500 amp cables, right? Or those chargers, well, 500, or actually they go to 600 amp. 600 amp, but then with some throttling. Well, that's an electric bus. You can see it on the E-H there. Yeah, cool. So he's gonna charge somewhere here, seems like. But, so I'm doing the charging test. It was a bit unplanned. Normally I would bring my tripod and put it somewhere, but this will do it. And then somewhat important is that when I film it in the daytime, there will be some reflection, but then I have a polarization filter there to reduce some of that. But ideally I want to do it in the evening, or, you know, when it's not too bright outside. But I guess this will work. So far we can see, oh, okay. It seems like it's flat. Wait, can you see anything there? Man, there's just so much reflection here. Let's just check in the viewfinder here. Oh, you kind of see something there, right? Yeah. It should be flat now with the liquid cooled cable all the way to 60%. So I wonder if they just flatten the curve a bit and then don't go to 250 kilowatt anymore. So 945, how fast is it? Well, it is as quick as the ID4 Pro 4Motion that was tested last year. And then we have EX90. Same battery size actually, but the EX90 charges faster. And then, well, the Model Y Performance, that was a long time ago. So, Ioniq 5. Okay, it was during winter. Okay, but actually, a Ford Capri was tested not long time ago. So 9:45 is actually a respectable time. Okay, the car doesn't charge like the fastest compared to today's cars, but it has a big battery, good range, good comfort. But I still feel like, yeah, some weakness in the software, as I mentioned before. But overall, though, it did pass the challenge, which is to do it in less than 10 hours. Okay, so I think that's gonna be for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.